Theodore Roosevelt was the 26th President of the United States. He helped develop the National Park Service, and he won the Nobel Peace Prize. He also had epilepsy.
David Tarwater was a professional swimmer who set 3 records in high school for swimming and went on to college and won 3 NCAA championships. And then later on, he attended the Olympics in 2012 and won a gold medal in the 2x400 meter freestyle relay. He also has epilepsy.
Lil Wayne goes by many names. Cash Money, Young Money. His real name is actually Dwayne, and he is one of the top rappers of our time. In fact, he has the most #1 hits on the Billboard charts, and he has epilepsy. A little known fact about epilepsy is sometimes it can be made worse by things like alcohol and drug use. And so Lil Wayne spends a lot of time in the limelight and probably uses a few too much of these substances. So he has had extended hospital times due to the fact that he's induced his epilepsy even worse through his substance abuse.
Truman Capote, best known for his works Breakfast at Tiffany and his novel about the murder of K-State alum Herbert Clutter and his family in cold blood, was a world-renowned author for his literary classics, and he also had epilepsy. Like Lil Wayne, he also had induced his epilepsy through constant drug and alcohol abuse that caused liver failure and ultimately led to his death.
What are the causes of epilepsy? Causes of epilepsy are the irregular wiring of the brain or imbalance of the neurotransmitters, or it could be a mixture of both. So what are the symptoms of epilepsy? Open eyes, uncontrollable body movement, the loss of bladder control, and confusion. How do you diagnose epilepsy? Family medical history is extremely important, followed by an EEG test, a complete physical and neurological exam, and a blood test. There are 4 types of epilepsy. The most common one that we know is the photosensitive. That's where the lights flash in and out, or they have trouble with the bold colors. The second one is benign Rolandic, and the third is juvenile myoclonic. Both of these have unknown symptoms. The fourth one, which is extremely rare, there's only 36 cases reported in the last 40 years, and that's abdominal epilepsy.
Here are some statistics about epilepsy that you may not know. So there are 65 million cases of epilepsy in the world, and 2 million of those are in the United States. 1 in 26 people will experience seizures or epilepsy at some point in their life. Between 4 and 10 people out of every 1,000 are currently experiencing a seizure at this point in time. 150,000 cases of epilepsy are new every single year, and 6 out of every 10 cases of epilepsy are a result of a cause completely unknown to doctors.
When teaching students with epilepsy, it's important to take into some considerations. First, you want to adapt the curriculum so the curriculum is set for them. Second, you want to be a thematic teacher, and you want to introduce them new things constantly so they know how to deal with new things if they were to break out in a seizure. Third, you want to have tutorials, which is more hands-on to reinforce your lesson so they're able to understand what they're supposed to be learning. And then you also want to be on the lookout for any outbreaks that may happen in your classroom if a student were to have a seizure.
Some controversial issues that face people with epilepsy are driving and medication. A lot of people don't believe that people with epilepsy should be able to drive due to the danger that they could pose to themselves and others if they had a seizure behind the wheel. In the state of Kansas, you're able to get a license if you have been seizure-free for 6 months and you have doctor certification for that. And it can be taken away if you have a seizure or if you have special exceptions, like you only get seizures at night due to the lights. But for the most part, you're able to appeal the decision, and they do allow people with epilepsy to drive as long as they're controlling it.